Don't go in your basement and do it down there. If you have a pilot light for your water heater or for your furnace or anything like that. If you're a smoker, don't do this while you're smoking. You might blow yourself up. Hey, what's up everybody? John here, Fat Man Fit Man, and today I am doing something a little different. Today I'm going to put a stripper on a little table. So I'm going to be stripping a table and then we are going to refinish it. Kelly has had this little table for a while, and a couple of weeks ago we got some new end tables for our bed or side tables. And this is one that she's been using for a while just as kind of a placeholder, but it has worked really well. So what we're going to do is, let me turn you around here real quick. So this little table right here, we're going to go ahead and put a stripper on it, get all that old paint and stuff off of it. And so we have a premium stripper by Clean Strip. Supposed to take about 15 minutes once it is on there. And then after it's done, we've got an after wash for that to help take all the rest of the stripping agent off of it. And so right now I'm going to get set up and I'm going to go ahead and get started putting the stripping agent on the little table so we can get it done. Also, we've got some wood stain, a varathane penetrating wood stain, and that's the color that we're going to use. It's a honey color, so hopefully I don't mess things up whenever I'm putting the stripper on it, and that it'll look okay whenever we're done. So here we go. Oh, and by the way, I've never done this before, so I'm not an expert. This is not necessarily a how-to. It kind of is a how-to because this is how I'm going to do it, and I'm just going to follow the instructions that are on the can. I helped my mom take the old paint off of an old dresser 35 plus years ago. So that is my experience in refinishing anything, and so we'll see how it goes. So the can says to put the premium stripper, to put it in a metal container. And so what I just did was I poured it into the metal container. And y'all, this is really super cheap. I probably could have used an old can or something out of the kitchen, but I went to Walmart and I found just these miniature loaf pans, just the aluminum pans that you make small bread loaves or like pumpkin bread or whatever. So that's what I'm using. It's super cheap. I don't know how much it was. It was like maybe $1.50 for a pack of 4 or 5. So y'all, whenever you do stuff like this, it doesn't have to be professional. It doesn't have to be a fancy metal container or a bucket or anything like that. So just anything that you can find that's metal, whether it's something out of the trash, something you already have sitting around, or just go to Walmart, go to the dollar store or something and find, a little loaf pan. So, all right. Also, I just got some cheap brushes. I've got 2 more right here, little one and a bigger one. And so we're going to see what happens, what works the best. So we'll just use these cheap little brushes to brush it on to the existing paint. All right, here we go. And now we wait 15 minutes. All right, so just for that little amount of time that I was painting that stuff on there, in that short amount of time, it already started having some of that old paint and stain come off. If you can tell right there, that dark stuff down in there, that right there, that is the old stuff. And so at least we know it's taken some off. We'll take a look and see what it looks like. So I don't know if you can tell see how glossy that is. That is just from the little thin layer I put on there. I didn't want to overdo it. I didn't want to like just put too much on. Besides, we only have so much of the stripping agent, and so I wanted to make sure I didn't overdo it. I can always put more on later or go get another can of it if I have to. So anyway, so there you go. We'll just wait until it's done. All right, now I'm going to take a scraper and I'm going to see how it did. Oh, and just like with the paint brushes, I just went with the cheap paint brushes. I got a cheap pack of 3 plastic scrapers, and they were only a couple bucks, and I got those at Home Depot. So yeah, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't take anything fancy. So let's see what happens. Oops. All right, so let's take a closer look here. So doesn't look too bad. It's a little darker underneath than I thought it would be, but I think it'll do. After I use the cleaner, the after wash, it'll probably even clean up a little better, but I still have to put the stripper on all the rest of it. This was just the initial try, so we're going to get busy putting the stripper on the rest of it so that it all can be done. So yeah, this is kind of exciting. And guys, the smell is incredible. So that's why That's why I've got the big door open. So I don't want to pass out in here from all the fumes. So anytime that you're doing anything with a chemical, make sure you have it well ventilated. Open the doors, turn on an exhaust fan if you have one, whatever it looks like for you. And yeah, and stay away from flames. Any kind of open flame. Don't go in your basement and do it down there. If you have a pilot light for your water heater or for your furnace or anything like that. If you're a smoker, don't do this while you're smoking. You might blow yourself up. So anyway, all right, here we go. Okay, timer just went back off and for the second time, and I'm going to grab the scraper and scrape all this other off for this for the second time here, and we'll see how it did. And I'm just going to do a little time lapse of that, just because it's going to take a while. And yeah, anyway, let's see how we did, and then we will maybe go ahead and get to the cleaner, the after wash. And so anyway, so let's take a look. Okay, so I did the best I can on scraping off the stripper, and so I wiped off a little extra of the gunk, and now I'm going to grab the wash that is going to help get rid of the rest of the stripper and the gunk that's on there. And so that's the next step. So here we go. And once again, it's going to be pour the stuff into the little metal container, and this time I'm going to use a rag instead of using a brush. I don't know, I might use a brush just to get into the little corners and stuff to help me out. But anyway, we'll see how this goes. Like I said, I am not a professional. This is not something I have experience in. So let's see how it works out. Well, okay, folks, I don't know exactly what it looked like before this, but I got done. At least as good as I'm going to get with the stripper and the solvent. So I'm going to leave it for this evening, let it dry real good, and here in another day or two, I'm going to be back out here, and I'm going to hit it with some sandpaper and really try to get it as good as I can so that we can then put some stain on it if necessary, because I'll show it to you here in a second. It's pretty dark. I mean, it's nice. It's a nice color even without putting stain on it. So yeah, so we'll see. I'm going to ask Kelly. Kelly's the final decision maker on this one. So anyway, so I'm going to show you guys real quick what the final outcome looks like after it is all stripped and cleaned up. All right, so if you'll remember how dark this was whenever I first started, it was not quite black. It was a really, really dark brown. So I don't know if this is just a couple different kinds of woods, because these are darker than these, but anyway, this is what we got. This is what we got to work with now. So we're either going to put some stain on it, or we're going to just put some polyurethane. And I got a couple of cracks and stuff I got to take a look at, because it looks like it's been dropped at some point. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to let you go. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Ring the notification bell so you know when new videos come out. And yeah, stay tuned for the next one. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'll show you the finished product of this at some point after we get it all complete. So you guys have a great rest of your day, whatever day it is that you're watching this, and I'll see you on the next video.